Today we are discussing the poem Tiger Tiger Analysis. In the first stanza, the poet says that the tiger is burning bright in the forest of the night. The lines means that the tiger which is in the forest is burning like fire, or in the other word looking like yellow fire in the dead of the night. The burning bright also reflects the tiger bright yellow color that makes it look furious. In the third line, the poet raises the questions which is immortal hand or eyes, which is capable of forming or building fearful symmetry. The poet, in the way which is capable of forming or building it fearful symmetry, the poet, in the way appreciating the power of God, who can create such a fearful structures and bear its appearance. The man can neither create its or can be bear its appearance due to fear. In the third line, the poet raises the question which is immortal hand or eye which is capable of forming or building this fearful symmetry. The poet, in the way appreciating the power of God who can create such a fearful structures and bear its appearance. The man can neither create its can bear its apparent due to fear. Stanza, the poet talk about the eyes of tigers. He wondered from which distance he mean infinite place. The fire has been brought and put into the eye of tiger. The fire has been brought either from skies, for example, is sun or heaven, or from deep oceans, mean either core of eye or hell. Because if not be an ordinary fire of the world, but divine one which make eyes of the tiger so furious. The poet talk about the heart of the tiger. He wondered what kind of shoulder and the art of the creator would have, which twist have been shaped muscles of the tiger hearts. Here the poet is praising the power of amazing art of God which helped him creating tiger's heart. The poets tends to compare these deadly animals to the lamb, which is a meek innocence and quite opposites to the farmer. Here the farmer means the tiger. In addition, there is also reference to the biblical incidents as mentioned in Paradise Lost by John Milton. The poet says that when God created the tiger, the stars here means Satan and his followers, which were in the war with him were so frightened by its tiger sight they accepted their defeats and threw down their weapons and made the sky wet with their tears. In third line, the poet wondered would God have smiled after creating tiger as it beyond word for satanic force. He again thinks he is the same who created the lamb because the latter is quite innocent and weak while the former is deadly enough to frighten Satan. The poets tends to compare these deadly animals to the lamb, which is a meek innocence and quite opposites to the farmer. Here the farmer means the tiger. In addition, there is also reference to the biblical incidents as mentioned in Paradise Lost by John Milton. The poet says that when God created the tiger, the stars here means Satan and his followers, which were in the war with him were so frightened by its tiger sight they accepted their defeats and threw down their weapons and made the sky wet with their tears. In third line, the poet wondered would God have smiled after creating tiger as it beyond word for satanic force. He again thinks he is the same who created the lamb because the latter is quite innocent and weak while the former is deadly enough to frighten Satan. Not but the least, the final stanza is repetitions of the first one. The only word change here is dare instead of could, which is quite significant. The first stanza, the poet seems to be less amazed by the power of tiger and God, but after going through all the features of the tiger, he wonders it is only God who can dare create such an animal. Here, thank you for watching my video.